it is good to say no.
Yeah.
No is a full sentence and you don't even need to explain it.
Yeah.
So if you come and you need money from me and I don't have, or I have, but it is not for you, I just tell you no. Yeah. And I don't owe you any explanation. But most people, they don't want to budget.
Yeah.
And they think it is so hard. It is not hard. It is easy. Because if you can count money, you can budget. When you get a salary increment, maintain the same lifestyle.
Yeah.
And what you get on top, take it to the savings.
Yes. Good day, everyone, and welcome to our third episode of the podcast. Today we have a very, very special guest. We will spend a lot of time today learning about her life, what she does, and so on. And we're happy to have Renis here. Renis is from Kenya.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know Kenyans, or the Kenyans that maybe there's just one Kenyan, and he's very loud at my church. And he's a very proud Kenyan. Would you say you're also a proud Kenyan?
Of course, all Kenyans are proud to be Kenyans. Yeah, we love our country.
Yeah,
that's one thing for sure.
That's wonderful. So the guy at my church's name is Royan. He mentioned once that, hey, you are so blessed to be a Kenyan.
Yes, it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Very, very blessed.
For sure.
I wish us South Africans could feel that way about our country. But I do feel proud of my country. I just want to say that for the record. So yeah, first, give a short introduction of yourself. By the way, I met Sister Renis. I call her Sister Renis because she's my church sister. I'll try and just call her by her name from time to time. But I met her also about a year and a half ago when I came to Beijing.
Yes, when you came to Beijing. In fact, I think the first Sabbath you came because you are baby dedicating your baby Eli.
Yeah,
that is the first time that I met you.
That was the very first time. Oh,
yes.
So it feels like such a long time ago now. Yeah, and that was wonderful. I always say that. I speak to my wife about this person. I feel this warmth every time I talk to you, and I just always love being in your company. And as everyone will learn tonight, you that warmth also comes with much wisdom and expertise and experience. And I hope that is what I will try and get out of you tonight.
Hope they won't be disappointed. So let's see how that introduction of yours marches along.
I don't think they'll be disappointed. I think they'll be pleasantly surprised at the things that we're going to share here tonight. So yeah, quick introduction of yourself. And yeah.
Fine, my name is Renis Onguka. I'm Kenyan. I was born and brought up in a small town in Kenya called Nakuru. Mm-hmm. And that's where basically I spent my childhood. Yeah, in Nakuru.
Okay.
Yes.
That's wonderful. But so your is that the name on your ID, Renis?
Yes, Renis is the name on my ID.
But you have a family name as well, or like a.
Fine, my name is Renis Akinyi.
Akinyi.
The Onguka is my dad's name.
Oh.
So my name is Renis Akinyi Onguka.
Yeah.
But because we are so used to dropping our middle name, so I'll say my name is Renis Onguka.
But you told me once that your mom calls you Akinyi.
Yes, because that is the name that, let us say, it's from my tribe, or that is the name among those three names I've said that has meaning. Yeah. Because Akinyi means born in the morning.
Ah.
Then Renis is an English name I was given. I don't know what it means, but that is what people call me.
Just hope it means something good.
Yeah. Then Onguka is my dad's name, and it's like an age set in which they were born. Kids who were born at that time were called Onguka. So in my dad's village, there are many Ongukas, and what they have in common is that they were born at almost the same time. Yeah.
That's super interesting. That is super interesting. Maybe we will learn more about that next time. Yeah, one thing I just need to make clear to the viewers: our sister here doesn't have a lot of time here with us, but we will try and squeeze as much out of her as possible. So yeah, I would like to first of all spend some time just talking about your personal life and so on. So the first thing I would like for you to tell me about is probably just how you grew up. What was growing up like in Kenya, in your village, and yeah, where is this village? Are you part of a tribe? I I know Kenyans are quite famous for their long distance running. Is that a specific tribe in Kenya? And are you from that tribe?
No, it's from a specific tribe. They are the majority of people who run. There are people who, they are called the Kalenjins. And basically they come from a place called Eldoret. And we love them so much because they bring us so much fame.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm not from the Kalenjin tribe.
Yeah.
I'm Luo, right from the Lake Victoria.
Yeah.
And I speak Dholuo.
Wow.
And so my home, my village is in Migori.
Yeah.
But where I was born and brought up is in Nakuru, because that's where my dad was working. So for that reason, I was born and brought up in Nakuru. So my childhood was spent in Nakuru.
In Nakuru. Okay.
Yes, and in Nakuru, we were basically living in an estate. An estate is whereby there are many houses. Then you live together with many families from all over the country and many other parts of the world.
Yeah.
So an estate is very warm because basically you get to know each and every family.
Yeah.
You know their children, their aunties, their uncles. Basically, you go to the same school, go to the same church. And
it's just a big
it's
family.
just a big, loving, warm family.
What did you used to do when you were, like, just for fun? What did you guys get up to?
We used to play all sorts of games.
Yeah.
All sorts of games you can imagine. And at that time, there was no technology.
Yeah.
So you had only to go out and play.
Yeah.
So we would play Kati, Bano, Bana, running, shaky. There were so many.
Your friends watching this will know exactly what you're talking about, right?
In fact, it will bring them very fond memories.
Oh, wow.
Because
your
we'll
family
play
also
the whole
probably,
day,
yeah.
like even up to dusk. So the thing that will take you back home is darkness.
Yeah.
Because there was so much to do, so much play to do.
Yeah.
And we were many. So it was so much fun.
Wow.
Yes.
I get it. So I know my grandmother, like, she would just tell me, even my mother sometimes, no, what are you doing inside? Go play, go out. And like, you were just to make of that now what you want to. You just, there's not a specific play area. You have to come up with your imaginative games and so on that you need to go play with your friends. It was kind of like that for you as well. Your family they don't want you inside. Just go play. You're almost like you're some type of nuisance,
No, for us, the struggle was to get us back home, not to get us out.
Yes, when they tell you to go play, it's actually up there. Wow.
They don't even tell you.
Yeah.
Because you go to play.
Yeah.
So if they need you, it's for them to call you in.
Yeah.
The playing time was so nice and so sweet that even you'll miss food and you'll not notice.
Yeah.
It was that, especially there was a game called Bana. And you had to draw lines on the ground. Then you run, and nobody should touch you and all that. So during school holidays, we'd get like a djembe. A djembe is for digging. Yeah. So that you dig those lines, so that every day you come, you don't waste time drawing. It will be already there. So you just come and you've already decided on your teams and you start playing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds super fun. I know I may not look quite old, but I also grew up in a time when we also had to make up these games. We didn't have the technology. In fact, and my wife was quite shocked, not shocked really, but I grew up, my grandmother had a black and white TV.
Yes.
At the beginning, and that TV only played 2 channels for the first couple of years of that I remember at least, and then one specific channel that would come up at nighttime. And then that channel would be on for about an hour and then would disappear from the TV. It was weird. But we didn't have there's nothing to watch, there's nothing to do. We could just go out and play and so on. I had this chat with the pastor the other day as well. He said, these kids don't know what real fun is today.
Yes, because even in my country, there was TV, but you used to start at 4 and close at 10.
Yeah.
And because you've been playing the whole day, TV was not like big time like now.
Yeah.
TV was for watching news and a few programs.
Yeah.
Nothing much.
Yeah.
TV was not it.
It was boring, actually.
Yes, and even TVs were in like specific homes. Not everybody had a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a luxury thing.
Exactly.
So TV was not something that really you thought about or missed or what. There were better things to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, there were better things to do.
That's wonderful. How do you remember your schooling during this time?
Fine. My schooling, I went to a nursery school, which was for the PAG church because it was near my home. Yeah. Then in primary school, I went to Flamingo Primary School.
Yeah.
As you know, in Kenya, there is Lake Nakuru, and it's very famous for flamingos, the pink birds.
Yeah.
So my school was right next to the lake fence. So that's why it was called Flamingo Primary School, because of the birds.
About the bird, sorry, I know I'm getting off here. I don't think I've seen a flamingo before. Maybe I have. Maybe I'm just ignorant or something. But you grew up seeing these birds your whole life, right?
Yeah. If you wanted to see...
But do they feel special to you?
Yes. If you wanted to see flamingos, you had to get now into the game park.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And in the lake, in the game park, you'll see there are so many. You'll just see a beautiful pink color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah. You didn't get numb to seeing that all the time.
No, it was not all the time because for you to see the flamingos, you had to get into the game park.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And the game park, it is being run by the government. So there are fees you charge at the gate and all that. See. But the times we got to go there because it was a treat to go to the game, you go and see, you get to the lake and you see the flamingos. It was really something.
Yeah, because I'm just asking because I grew up in a little town where we had beautiful mountains like around the whole town, and I just grew numb to it. I didn't appreciate it at that time. I was like, okay, yeah, we have mountains, so what? I see it every single day. But now looking back, like I was like, wow, you such a that was really beautiful. Why did you not appreciate it more?
In fact, like going to see the flamingos was a treat. Because you needed to get into a bus to get into the park. Yeah. Because the park has other wild animals. Yeah. So that was part of we are going to see. Yeah. But also in the park, there were baboons. Yeah. Which was such a nuisance. Because of the mere fact that they were next to my school. They would come even up to classes. Yeah. And because...
They would come to your class?
Yes!
And then what did they do?
They're just mischievous. Like in school, like we used to have some sugarcane at some place. They would go and rip it apart, eat all of it. If there is banana, they go eat it. Yeah. Even they would come to classes in the such.
They come to your class. I'm imagining in my class, 1 + 5 to x to the what? And then this baboon is up here in my class. What do you do when a baboon comes into your class, though?
So you just start screaming and screaming. You know, the normal kid things. Yeah. It's not like you're scared. But because you're excited. Yeah. Then it will go. Yeah. Then another day, it comes again.
And the same thing happens.
Yeah, that was just life.
Wow. Okay. That kind of blew me away. This baboon thing coming into your class.
Yes. It'll just come.
It kind of confirms the ideas that people like outside of Africa have. And we're living with the animals. Like you are literally living and no, you're being taught alongside the animals.
Not necessarily because they come from the park.
They come from the park, yeah.
And
that's
they
true.
are baboons are mischievous, I can tell you for real. So they would just come to class.
Yeah.
And we'll scream, not that because we are scared, but because we're excited.
Yeah.
It was nothing to fear. Then, of course, the teacher would calm you down and you say it, and life goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, what's the big deal?
Yeah, we have a few baboons, but we don't see them much. We just sometimes take a drive and you will see the sign that says, beware
Baboons
of the
crossing.
baboons and do not feed the baboons, I believe. I used to say, but that's it. And then we would see them with their babies.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It was quite a scene.
Oh, in your class. I can't imagine. Okay. You liked school growing up, right? Sorry, that was
Yes, I loved school.
well, because that was probably the place you would meet your friends. Everyone was there.
Yes, and basically we went to the government school, their community school. So like estates, then they'll have their schools. So like even your friends at home, you would go to the same school.
Yeah.
So the games at home,
Just continues.
they were extended in school.
Yeah. You were telling me about your mom and dad. So what were they like?
Yeah, so my mom and dad, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She used to have some businesses she used to do, but mostly she was at home. Then my dad is the one who was working. So my mom was the family disciplinarian. And at that time, caning was allowed. So we were caned.
Oh.
And not that because my mom was harsh, but because we needed the discipline.
You didn't understand. Did you understand it as a child? Like we needed it. Like, Mom, I know.
No,
you're beating me now because I need it. Go ahead. Like,
no, my mom used to tell us that, you're only 3 kids. And none, I cannot afford to have any of you not turn out to be right. So I will discipline you.
Yeah.
But she did it with love because my mom is also very funny. So even after beating us and all those things, you'll just find us seated laughing about many things that happened in the house, or who said what was awkward, or who did what.
Yeah.
Then my dad it was the nice one. Because sometimes my mom would discipline you for whatever thing, and you're like, wait till dad comes, I'll tell dad. And I don't know why we wanted to tell dad. I don't know. Maybe it just felt good that there was a higher power that could put my mom in position. I don't know. But we used just to say, we'll tell dad. And like dad would come home and we tell, oh, mom beat us and all that. And dad would just say, okay, it's okay, mom, don't beat them so hard next time. Okay, now sit down and eat. And so we will feel very important. So it was so much fun.
Everything straight there,
Yes, we'll feel very important. And my dad is the one who used to really encourage us. Like, I think it was the one who had the vision of how his children should turn up. Because like in our schooling, it is my dad who encouraged us. Oh, you need to do this, you need to read hard. And he would encourage us so many times. And he was not like those parents who are so hard, like you have to sit, read, monitor you and all that. No, I think we used to play all the time.
Yeah.
But my dad would just remind us, you need to work hard in school. Education is what will make a difference in your life. He told us that constantly. So I think partly we listened, partly we didn't know what that made sense. Like for me personally, I went to the schools my dad wanted me to go to.
Yeah.
Because like when I was in a primary school, it's just a government school. Then after primary school, you used to do an exam in class 8 called KCPE.
Yeah.
And that exam, when you do it, it will determine the type of high school you went to.
Yeah.
So in my country, at that time, there were national schools. Those who top will go to national schools. Then there were provincial schools. Then there were district schools. Then there were other schools. So for you to go to a national school, you had to really perform well.
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't know what it means to go to a national school, whatever that meant. But according to my dad, I was supposed to go to one. So he told me, I want you to score these marks. And if you score these marks, I was happy. I didn't know even what that meant. But because daddy said these marks were what was good, so me, I worked towards that marks that he wanted. And true, when I did my KCP, I got the marks that he wanted. And so I went to a national school.
Wow.
Yeah, so for me, education was not that something that made sense. We did it because dad thought it was good. Yeah, and that was it.
Yeah, to somehow get through life.
Yes.
Like, satisfy that part.
Yeah, and education nowadays, when I look at it, I look at kids and I feel like they're so stressed. For us, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was joy. It was nice to be with that crowd.
Yeah.
And to play, laugh, make friends. Yeah. In fact, like, some of my very close friends are the ones that I made them days in primary and high school. Yeah, you know? Yeah, because at that time, you really don't know even how life will turn out.
Yeah.
You're just friends to play, laugh. Nothing, no hard feelings, just easy life.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what then propelled you into this finance world and so on?
Fine. For me, what propelled me here is when I was growing up, I never thought I would be in finance or in accounting. It was not in my line. But my dad was an accountant and he wanted me to be an accountant.
Yeah.
And like every rebellious child, you think what your dad wants you in terms of profession, that is not what you want. So at first, I wanted to be a lawyer. But because I used to like the hood they used to put on in court, and when they get into court, everybody stood up. They looked serious and very much respected. Yeah. So I thought this one would do. Then after some time, I lost interest because I had people saying lawyers are liars. They're not good people. Yeah. And because I was a Christian, I was like, lying and Christianity do not match. And that is the limited knowledge I had. I didn't know that there are so many fields in law. So for that reason, that dream died. Yeah. Then I used to like engineers because near where we used to stay, there was a power post for electricity. So when the power would go off, I would see the engineers coming, they climb, they do whatever. Say, these people, they really do magic. They work things and power appears. Yeah. They're like God at creation. Let there be light. And I was like, okay, I think this is it. Yeah. So for a very long time, I wanted to be an engineer and electrical engineer for that fact. So even when I went to high school, I did electricity as a unit because I was determined to become an engineer. And that is what I was going to be. Then when I got to fourth form, that is when you do your exams, that it determines which course you go to do university and which university. So after that exam, also there was a college in Kenya, it's called Strathmore, which was also scouting around to get students to go and do accounting. Yeah. And at that time in Kenya, there was a two-year gap between high school and university. Yeah. So basically, it was good to get something to do as we wait to go to the university. So they came to my school. And at that time, I was the best girl in my school. So for that reason, I got a scholarship to go and study accounting for free. Yeah. Strathmore was paying for me. Oh. And still, I wanted to be an engineer. In fact, when I filled my university forms, I put engineering. Yeah. So when I went to Strathmore, then I met so many people who are excited about accounting. Yeah. And they would make you feel like if you're not an accountant,
I'm missing out.
Then what else can you be? Because you want to be an engineer, you can only work for maybe Kenya Power, that is the electricity producing company in my country. But if you're an accountant, you can work anywhere because be it engineers, they need an accountant. You go to hospital, you go to schools, you go to whatever company. And I was like, this sounds reasonable. Yeah. And then there was also this teacher who is called McPhee. He was just crazy about accounting. He lived accounting, he walked accounting, he talked accounting. Yeah. And I'm like, this sounds interesting. And so when I went back home in the middle of the term and I was talking to my dad, and my dad had always wanted me to be an accountant. Yeah. So he told me, you see, I told you. And because of the excitement that I got from this school, I went to the university and changed my options from engineering to accounting. And that's how I ended being an accountant.
Wow.
Yes.
You, right now, are doing some, like your title does not say accounting right now, right?
Yeah.
What is it that you actually do right now? Or can you like give us a broader overview of what your job entails?
Basically, I'm an accountant by training, but by practice, I'm an auditor.
Yeah.
So an auditor, basically what we are supposed to do is to give assurance
Yeah.
that the systems, the books of accounts, they are okay. That is what basically an auditor does.
Yeah. But you're an IT auditor.
Yes.
What does that mean?
That means that you carry still out audit, but because nowadays everything is being IT done on a certain system, on a
So
what?
it's like computer auditing is
Yeah.
what it means.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
But
Oh, interesting.
IT does not really restrict you to like systems audit, because IT also information technology. So there is also the information aspect of it.
Yeah.
So you have the option of doing the information part of it, and also you have the systems part of it. And also with the systems and data, there is the issue of governance, there are the issues of dealing with third parties.
Oh.
And it's then there is cybersecurity and all those things. So it's a very wide area. Yes. And it continues to grow. Because even now, as we continue to talk about auditing, then the IT world is moving to artificial intelligence, data analytics, and all those things.
Wow.
As an auditor, we need to grow at the same pace, because that is what the world is using. And so you cannot give an assurance on what you do not know and we don't understand. So basically what I like about auditing is, as the world is growing, you're also forced to grow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So where has this career taken you now over the years? What has it done for you?
Fine. Basically, the career, apart from increasing my knowledge, it has made me move from my country. So I've worked in Korea, and now I'm in China, and I don't know where it will take me to another place. And also as I travel, I meet new people. I learn from them. In fact, I think I meet people from all over the world. And so learning new cultures, meeting new people, knowing their way of life, and noticing the differences and the common ground, then you come and realize we are just basically human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are just here to live, be happy, and when our time on earth is over, we pass on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, big questions now about finance, because that's kind of what we want to get from you today. I don't know how many times I will get this wisdom again, so I want to ask. Okay, I know that for many people, and it's probably like this is the thing that happens probably all over the world. They get their wages from their work, and for some reason they just cannot make it to the end of the month. How does this happen? Are there any reasons that can justify this? Are people just spending too much? Are they spending beyond their means? Is it a budgeting issue? What is the issue?
Fine, you can look at it from many aspects, because there are some people who their wages are so low that they can't even meet the basic needs. So that is a special case, because basically what you need, you have two options: either increase your stream of income or reduce your expenses.
Yeah.
But if your wage is too low, then you have only one option: look for other ways of generating more income.
Yeah.
Because as human beings, we are multi-skilled. We can do many different things.
Yeah.
So just sit down and have a conversation with yourself and tell yourself, what else can I do that will generate more income for me. So that is it. But there are also people who earn enough, which should be able to take care of their lifestyle.
I feel like I'm talking about those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have a few challenges. One of them, they are not financially illiterate. And being an accountant does not make you not to be financially literate. Because as an accountant, you can be very good at taking care of other people's money,
But when it comes
but
to your
not
own,
of your money. So financial literacy, it has got nothing to do with profession. It has to do basically with personality and just general knowledge you acquire as you grow up. So basically, for you to manage your finances, you have to know what is coming in and you have to know what is going out.
Yeah.
And that is basically where budgeting comes in.
Yeah.
You're supposed to live within your means. And like if you are a prudent person, basically you're supposed to save at least 10% of your income. Then you have another buffer like 15% for you to help and deal with emergencies. Then the others now you can use for your rent and for your day-to-day expenses. But most people, they don't want to budget.
Yeah.
And they think it is so hard. It is not hard. It is easy. Because if you can count money, you can budget. Because it's only the money you are monitoring. What is coming in and what is going out.
But
And
that means you need to like really go through your, whatever you spend, you need to really go through that with a fine comb, right? You need to make sure exactly what is going in, what's going out.
Yes, you need to know to do that. But even that combing with a toothpick, it is only like the first 2 or 3 months. So that you know where do you spend your money.
Yeah.
It's a practice for you to know where you spend your money.
Because we're habitual. You probably spend the same.
You are habitual in doing your things. For example, most people would think that what wastes their money is maybe transport.
Yeah.
But when you look at your expenses keenly, you'll realize it is not transport. It is this money that you waste for coffee at Java, or you go for a walk, then you see somebody eating ice cream and you think you should buy. Then you walk you see another one eating a cake and you think, I think I'll do with a cake.
Yeah.
And you see those
just buying anytime you want, but you don't think about it.
You don't think about it.
Yeah, I'm just quickly doing this.
Yes. And you see also in this age whereby you don't take the hard cash, you swipe your card, you send through M-Pesa if you are Kenyan, or you send through WeChat. You know, it's so easy. You don't struggle.
Yeah.
So that makes you spend so much. So if you take your expense sheet and then you tick, then you'll know this is where I'm wasting my money.
Yeah.
This is where I'm spending the way I should. And once you know that, then now you can balance your books.
Yeah.
Yes.
You said, I'm sorry, it's now in my mind now. You said coffee at Java's. Is that like the coffee cafe of Kenya? Or is that a saying? Because I've never heard that before.
Fine, in Kenya, there are shops. So Java is one of them.
So it is like, okay.
So, so when you want to go for coffee or for
Java's.
a treat, you go to Java.
Okay.
So maybe here you'll go to Starbucks.
In South Africa, we actually called coffee Java. So like I want, can you make me some Javas? We would say growing up. And then like we had Starbucks, but people would probably go to Mug and Bean would probably be a more suitable one to go to. But coffee at Java's, that just sounded so fun to say because we called coffee Javas.
No.
Yeah. Some of my friends that I grew up with will understand.
Yeah, so Java is a coffee shop in Kenya.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
sorry, I don't want to derail you. Continue.
So you go to Java to take coffee. So such small expenses. Or if you are these people who are touched by every other person's problems, people would know. So they know you have a soft spot. Yeah. So anytime they have a problem, Even they don't have a problem. They're just misusing their finances and they just know you are the soft spot. So they'll come with this touching story of why they are not having money. And then because you are soft-hearted, you just give them money. Even that one you have to monitor. Because otherwise, even you can spend all your money, not that because you are wasting, but because you are funding other people's lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important for you to check how much is coming in and what is the exit.
So it would be morally okay to say, hey, I'm sorry. This is not within my budget this month.
Yes.
And I cannot help out. You need to find another way.
Yes.
Wow.
And in fact, it is good to say no.
Yeah.
No is a full sentence and you don't even need to explain it.
Yeah.
So if you come and you need money from me and I don't have, or I have, but it is not for you, I just tell you no. Yeah. And I don't owe you any explanation because it is not like you gave me some money to keep for you and now you want it back. It is my money.
Hey, the saddest thing for me about that specifically is, my grandmother was on a pension, and working people would like borrow money from her.
Yes.
From a pensioner, old woman. And my grandma is such a soft heart, and she would give to whoever asks.
Yeah, there are people in this life who are takers, and takers have no shame.
Yeah.
They would take, even if you are dying, they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that always put my grandma in a position where she could never really get to the end of the month. Sometimes you wouldn't even get to the end of the week or the end of 2 weeks.
Yeah, so those are some of the habits that you need to watch.
Yeah.
And so that you know where your money goes. So if you are charitable, which is very good for you to be charitable, because even the Bible says, blessed is the hand that giveth than the one that receiveth.
Yeah.
So it is good to be charitable.
Yeah.
But budget for it.
Budget for the charity.
Say, this, if it is $10, $100 is what is for charity.
Yeah.
So you put it every month. When it is over, you say no. And you say it boldly.
Yeah.
Because you are not being mean.
Okay. So currently, this is what you're doing.
Yes, well, that's what I do.
What is the regiment like? So every month, there's a day you set aside and you just look at your bank balance and you're like, okay, it's me and you today. Let's see where did this go and where did that go? Or are you just every day super conscious of the fact that just super conscious of your spending every day?
Every day I'm conscious of my spending because I've done the budget and it's many years. So I know I will not follow I bought juice and all that. I say snacks, $10.
Yeah.
Rent, $20.
Yeah.
Clothes, $10.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm within the $10 for clothes, it does not matter if I buy 10 clothes or one, as long as I'm in that budget.
Yeah.
If I say snacks is $5, it does not matter what I'm spending on these snacks, as long as it's still in the $5. So you budget in chunks.
Yes.
Because if you start following every penny, it takes a long time. But when you start budgeting for the first time before it becomes a habit, you are encouraged to do that. So that when you allocate the amount, it is realistic.
Yes.
Yeah, because sometimes you think that I want to be more disciplined, then you put little money on food, then you starve. And that is not the way it's supposed to be. A budget is not supposed to make your life difficult, but make it more manageable.
Yes.
So the first few months of when you start to develop this habit, you will do you'll put all your income and put all your expenses. And all because we use cards and WeChat, and it's easy because every time you stop. So when you print, you can really say this is food, this is rent, this is transport, and what. Then at the end of the month, you batch them.
Yeah.
Then you look at each category and say, was this spent wisely? Yeah. Then you knock out and say, this one I won't spend again. This one I think I should relocate more money to this place. Then Then after time, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
So when it becomes a habit, you don't like go and start looking at each budget line. You just say snacks, 20. Helping others, 30. Rent, 40. This. So as long as you're in that bracket,
Yes.
you don't really mind so much about what you're spending in, as long as you don't cross the budget lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So someone who is right now in a situation they don't really budget, they just know they get a good salary, but they're still not making it till the end of the month. Maybe like the last week is a struggle for them, right? Where do they start? What is what tips can you give people? Like, for instance, even myself, I'm not that conscious of all my spending, right? So what tips would you give those people who want to start being more conscious of their spending?
It is about what lifestyle you want to sustain. If you think barely reaching the end of the month is how you want to continue, it's okay. Because it's a decision.
Yeah.
It's a decision.
Yeah.
So you have to come to that decision. You have to acknowledge that there is a problem.
Yeah.
So once you acknowledge there is a problem, then you can start thinking about how you are going to solve it. So the first thing is look at your lifestyle and ask yourself, everything I'm doing, is it necessary? Because some things you do because of the influence of your friends.
Yes.
Or you want to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, people have very big houses.
Yeah.
But they have only one child.
Yeah.
They have 2 extra bedrooms in the name that they're waiting for a visitor who never visits, who never comes.
Never comes.
So basically the rooms are just empty.
Yeah.
That is wasting money.
Yeah.
So you evaluate that.
Yes.
Do I really need a 4-bedroom house and I have one child?
Yeah.
Then you realize you don't. So that one is
Get rid of that thing.
Yes.
That's a big expense. Get a small house. Yeah.
Then you are staying like in Beijing where the transport system is efficient.
Yeah.
Do you need a car?
You don't need a car.
So if you have a car,
yes, get rid of the car.
Yeah, so that if you need one for a weekend or something, you can always hire.
Yes.
So you see such things like clothes. There are people who believe in labels, and there are people who want to get dressed.
Yes.
So I'm that crowd of people want to get dressed.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
I just need to cover myself.
Yes.
My skin, please.
Yes. And it is not like I'll go and look for things which look weird and ugly. Yeah. I look for things which look beautiful. Yes. But do they have to be branded? No.
No.
So those are the questions, because some people, if they see you with your bag and it's a Chanel, you feel so good because you feel, but do you know that the person who is selling that bag is an investor? He's just waiting for your money to feed whoever, whatever.
Yeah.
So you have to think, do I need clothes or do I need a Chanel?
Yeah.
As in, what's the difference?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, I just need to clothe myself. I think that's the most important thing. Why? Why do you need a name brand? Like, for who?
Yeah, for who and for what?
Yeah.
Then if it is food, we all eat basic foods.
Yeah.
If I want yogurt, do I have to go and buy the most expensive brand?
Yeah.
No. So you see, and like also if like you have a family like of 4 or 5 or you are many, is it easier for me to go to the market and shop once per week? Like all the vegetables I need. So you buy in bulk.
Yes.
Because bulk is cheaper than buying the small bits. So those are some of the lifestyle changes you have to make.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that will get you to the end of the month probably, and even further.
Yes.
But the idea is essentially to get further with your money. You want to save as well, right?
Yes.
A good percentage to save would be what percentage of your salary?
Fine. Anything between 10 and 20 is okay. But the trick is this. Pay yourself first.
Yeah.
You see, like when you are earning your salary maybe 5 years ago, that salary was enough.
Yeah.
Then you got a salary increment. Then you improved your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And so your savings didn't increase, they didn't change. then your salary was increased again. Then you improved your lifestyle.
Yeah.
The
but
thing
the
is
savings stays the same.
Yeah. So the thing is that pay yourself first.
Yeah.
Decide how much do I want to save per month. Then when you decide that amount, then you put it aside in your bank account.
Yeah.
Then you live on what remains. And it will always be enough. Just pay yourself first.
Yeah.
And also when you get a salary increment, maintain the same lifestyle.
Yeah.
And what you get on top, take it to the savings.
Yes.
If you continue to do that, like in the next 10 years, you will be fine.
Yeah.
The problem is that because as human beings, you are irrational.
Yeah.
When my salary increases,
Yeah.
I think that my lifestyle also will increase.
Exactly.
But sometimes my lifestyle even increases more than the salary increased.
Yeah.
So that's why you see like most people in your own way, when you look at them and you evaluate their life, you think they're rich.
Yeah.
And some other people, they live a simple life. You look at them and you think they're poor. But in the bottom line, the one that you're looking at and think that they're poor is the one who is rich.
Yeah.
Because if they were to lose their job, they can
They'll be
sustain
secure
their
for a while,
lifestyle for the next 1 year or 2 years.
Yeah.
But this one whom you think is not rich, is rich.
Yeah.
When they're sacked from their job today, the next 2 months,
it's
they
gonna
cannot
be out.
sustain their lifestyle. Yeah.
Wow. That's so much to think about. That's very good advice.
Yeah.
That's the wisdom we came here for. It's wonderful. Okay. There's a few things I wanted to like get to like within that conversation now, but okay, I want to be mindful of the time as well.
No, just ask.
No, it's okay. It's okay because there's other things also that I want to get to. We will get you here again on the podcast to get to those things.
Okay.
But okay, so thank you for that. I think that's very valuable advice. It's free now on the internet for everyone to get. People need to actually start managing more.
Yeah. And get educated, because even these things about money management, finance, there's so many on the internet.
Yeah.
There's so many. So it is just look and see a few presenters and see the one who resonates with you. Because even like the financial advice, when you go to the internet, most of them will tell you, I'm not a financial advisor by training, but I'm just saying, so that is as in they're exonerating themselves from any liability. So just listen to a few, then see the one who resonates with your lifestyle. Because some of them, even you listen to them and you get discouraged. Some of them, you listen to them and you think this is very weird. It will not work for me. So just listen to a few and see the one that resonates with you. Then you can start following. Yeah.
Oh, that savings thing, it's very important to build up that savings, to have just that security when, if something were to happen, then you're still okay to go for a year or so on.
Yes.
Yeah, I think everyone needs to just at least get on that and adjust in their lives so that they can really benefit more from their labor. And not in the short term. Everything seems to be like, I'm also one who likes the short-term gratification as well.
No, the thing is that when we started with the budgeting, if your budgeting is right, you know how much money you need per month for your basic needs, and put some money for entertainment. Don't just be so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, put that allowance.
Yeah.
Then when you know how much, then it is easier for you to say, this, if I need to sustain this lifestyle, this is the money that I need to put away.
Yes.
When you have a goal, saving becomes easier. But when you're just saving aimlessly, it won't work. You need to have a goal and say, by the end of the year, I need to save this much.
Yes.
By the end of the year, I have to save this much. So your goal becomes more encouraging.
Yeah.
And even when you're saving, you should put a thing on it. Like, I'm saving for a house.
Yeah.
I'm saving for retirement. I'm saving to further my education. So you can tag it. Otherwise, also, if you just put money in the bank account, at some point in time, you lose motivation and you lose vision. So it has to be like tagged so that your mind is conscious about the goals you want to achieve.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. Okay, moving on. Thank you once again for that. Okay. Do Do you have any idea of the poverty rate in Kenya right now?
As per now, I'm not so sure because I've not checked the statistics. But when I talk to my parents back at home, they tell me that the economy is really doing bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the same thing for South Africa. I read an article the other day about and I don't properly know all the technical terms associated with this, but it was something to the effect of more than 50% of South Africans living below the poverty line, right? Not meaning not meaning they're dying or anything, but they earn very very little to sustain themselves. What so I've met many people who would just say, well, they would just sit at home and wait for a job to come their way, and you kind of feel bad. Like, yeah, I have this qualification, or maybe I can do this. I'm a skilled builder, or but work hasn't been coming my way. So, I mean, what can they do? Should they just wait every time? Should they just keep applying? So for the longest time, or for as long as I know, my mom has always wanted me to just get an education degree, and I can see the value in that. There's definitely a lot of value in that. Get your degree, get educated, and you will get a job. Theoretically, for the most part, right? But today there's a lot of people who are educated still don't
Have jobs.
have jobs and so on. And there are those who aren't as highly educated, and they also just don't have jobs. Or there are those who aren't educated at all, but they're doing very well for themselves as well. It's just yeah. It's to me that was kind of weird as well to learn over the years, because this piece of paper is supposed to give you the better salary and so on. Is being educated the only way to go in terms of making that extra to sustain yourself and to sustain your family?
Yes, I can say. And we limit education. We think that education is just going to class,
school, yeah.
getting a degree and all that. No, education starts from the time you're born.
Yeah.
In fact, most of the education should take place at home,
Yeah.
not in school. So school is just the formal education that the government has brought in. So whichever way you look at it, you need to be educated in whatever you do. Whether it be cooking, your mom would train you at home so that you become a chef or a car or whatever. You need to be educated. That is the bottom line.
Yeah.
And also the education of going now to a formal school, it is very important. Because when you go to a formal school, you will meet people from different parts of the country, part of the world.
Yeah.
And you do not just go to school to get straight A's. Also, you get to interact with people and socialize.
Yeah.
And also, as you interact with people and socialize, also that is part of education. Because you will get to know that from my place, maybe if it was in the Bible days, maybe from my place, we are just people who make pots. Then from another place, we are farmers.
Yeah.
Then from another place, we are herders, we keep animals. So when you meet these people, you come to realize, apart from farming, there are other things which can be done.
Yeah.
And so education really broadens your way of thinking. And also it increases your sphere of influence. So that your mind is not just stuck to this one way of getting money or getting rich or getting something. So that is what education does. But you see, like the way we were taught and brought up, we were told you just go to school, get straight A's, then you'll get a nice job.
Yeah.
Which was not the right philosophy.
Yes.
Yes.
For me as well. Well, go to school, get good grades so you can get into university. After university, you get a degree, you'll get a nice job. That's how life works.
Yes, that's how life.
But now the reality is this: in South Africa, the cohort of students that was studying with me, most, I would say, 80% did not qualify to even get into a university.
True.
So then education in that traditional sense cannot be the answer then.
Yeah, it can't be.
What is the answer?
The answer is that the way I've told you that education is broad.
Yeah.
So even when you're going to a formal school, don't go with the mindset that I get a degree, then I get employed.
Yeah.
Because that does not work in the current market.
Yeah.
So basically, as you go to school, open your eyes and look around.
Yeah.
And see the problems that people are suffering from in the society.
I love that.
Then think of the solution. So you think of the solution and say, because in my area, I think the thing that people suffer most about, maybe it is water. There is shortage of water.
Yeah.
But maybe near you stay, there's a water body whereby you can get the water, clean it up, and distribute to the people.
Yeah.
So you look at life from that angle, of that point of view. Then that one, you will have something to do to generate income. Yeah. But that idea of going to school, getting straight A's, getting your degree, then getting employed, it worked them days. So even the people who are giving us that advice, they were right, because in their environment, that worked.
Yeah.
But now the environment has changed. So as the environment has changed, also us, we need to change with the environment. And also, with the coming of technology, the world has become a global market.
Yeah.
Them days you are restricted to where you are born. And that is your market, that is your people. But now when the internet has come, the options are endless.
Yeah.
For example, if you are a trained teacher in your country and you have a oversupply of teachers, you can always look for a teaching job online. And you do the work and you get paid.
Yeah.
And also in the world nowadays, there are so many things we used to do for ourselves, which we no longer do. You get somebody to do it.
Yeah.
Like when I was born and growing up, all the house chores was the work of the children.
Yeah.
But now you outsource and get somebody to come and clean your house once per week, wash your clothes.
Yeah.
Even cooking, you can bring somebody to come to your house, cook for you the whole food for the whole week. Then you just put in the fridge, and every day you remove a bit and eat. So you see, those things are also, the societal dynamics have changed.
Yeah.
So just look at how the societal dynamics are changing and follow the trend. And you'll always find something to do. Yeah. Because even I know so many people, they went to school to study this, they have a degree in this, but what they do is completely different. It's because they opened their eyes, they looked at the environment, and they saw what has changed and where are we moving and what can I do with the current trend. Yeah. And if you have that open mind, there are jobs, because like now even jobs to deal with IT, coding, cybersecurity, and all those risks, if you look at the job markets and the job websites, they don't have enough staff.
Yeah.
So those are the areas that you look into. And because of this also technology, the jobs are turning so fast.
Yeah.
Because even like I look at my profession as an auditor, there are things which an AI, artificial intelligence, would be able to do.
Yeah.
And that means if I don't look at my profession from a different point of view, soon they will not need me.
Yeah.
So as you look at that, you also look at that because the world is changing. Even like you remember when we were in school, there used to be the lady who used to type the letters and all that. And that was a very important position. Yes. And it was not a skill that just you met. And people went to school to study that. But nowadays, do you see them? They are not there.
Yeah.
The things have evolved.
They even at subjects, typing class.
Yes, you know.
I go to typing class, one of the special ones.
Yeah, even like when the computers came into the world. We used to go to college to learn MS Word, MS Excel. Nowadays, we don't do that.
Yeah.
But you get your laptop, you are supposed to be knowing and you move.
Yeah.
So you see all those changes in the society. So basically, keep your eyes open, keep your options open, and don't be too rigid.
Yeah.
Do what is available.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I also think, because I feel like the same philosophy is still being taught in schools today, especially in our schools back home. Maybe it still works here, where we are right now. Definitely see that it could, but I don't feel like in South Africa that mindset can still go or still work. And teachers are also perpetuating this whole situation. They also tell you that this is what you need to. No one teaches you this business mindset to look for opportunities, to look for what is there, and find problems and try to solve it. They don't teach you that way. It's like that's just this one mindset that you need to get into.
And also,
so I like
we
what
should
you said there.
start looking at our talents.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the West, like when they do the Olympics, they do the World Cups, it's talent which is paying.
Yeah.
And
That's
like
true.
Kenya, we are known for running.
Yeah.
So if we could get another game, we create it, call it whatever, and
Yeah.
get good at it, like we are in running.
Yeah.
Also, that's another option.
People pay for anything these days. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have to get to that level of creativity. Because even like in a standard class, not every kid is an A student.
Yeah.
Some are so skilled with their hands that the things they can do will just blow your mind.
Exactly.
Some people, it's games. If they're playing football, basketball, they are so perfect in it.
Yeah.
Just let them do that, because in the long
Yes.
run, what we are looking for is income to sustain our life. So if I can get it through talent, we get moving. If I get it through business, we get moving. If I get it through formal employment, we get moving. Yes.
Yeah, I really think this is my theory. I think that entrepreneurship is the way to go for most people right now. I feel like if someone, even in your community, like I've always said this, I love my mother-in-law's we call it cook sisters, but it's actually a donut and another. Yeah, you would probably know it as a donut, right? So I love my mother-in-law's donuts. She makes the best donuts in the world, and that's why I still have a sweet tooth today. Her donuts are just unmatched. I've had many different donuts from other people before. None of them taste like my mother-in-law's. I promise you that much.
I believe you.
Yeah, you have to. If I could make them, I don't like. Shanae has tried to reproduce them.
It's not working.
It doesn't work.
It's not it.
So I'm of the opinion that someone with the talent to do something like that, they can make a really good business out of it. There are people, I remember that her mother-in-law helped me out when Shanae and I was still boyfriend and girlfriend. We wanted to go onto this Pathfinder camporee. And so her mother-in-law helped me out with my mother-in-law helped me out with selling donuts. And very quickly, over a couple of weeks, we made good money. And we only sold on Sunday mornings. And that was that. And we made really, really good money with these donuts. And I think that if people were to think about, okay, what am I good at? Can I bake a really good cake? Can I make a bowl of food that or just something that something cheap that would sustain people? Can I make that, and I can make it well? And even poor people will buy from you because you can produce
at
something
their
that,
scale.
yeah, you have this wonderful skill. And we didn't sell to rich people. We sold to people in our communities, and they bought, and we made money. And I think that's kind of the mindset I think people need to get into.
And in fact, people think that it is the rich which make the economy run. But it is these people who you call the poor, they're the people who make the economy run.
Yeah.
Because we are the people who don't think when we spend. The so-called poor.
Yeah.
Because you see, like a poor person, like you see a rich man with an iPhone. They haven't bought it. It has been bought by their company, or they are being given so that they can advertise by them having it. So the company gives them for free. Then may I come and see you with an iPhone, and I think I need an iPhone.
I need it.
So I go and buy with my hard-earned money. And you didn't buy with your hard-earned. So who keeps even those iPhones? It's these poor people who are buying.
Yeah.
Yes, because the rich, either their company is buying, or if they're running a business, they will charge whatever those expenses as for running the business. So you can expense them and get a tax exemption.
Yeah.
So even these people who we call the so-called poor, they're the people who run the economy.
Yeah.
Because even the rich, if they are going to buy things, they buy them in bulk.
Yeah.
So they enjoy the economies of scale.
Yeah.
But for me and you, we just buy a small piece. A small piece, a small piece. So even these people that you call the so-called poor, those are the people who run the economy.
The consumers.
Yes, we are the consumers.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Wow. Well, I had so much fun talking to you. Really. It was such a pleasure having you on. Before we go, because I need to let you go now. What does the future hold for Renis?
Okay, as per now, I went back to school because in the next 3 to 5 years, I'm not so sure what I want to do with my career. I'm thinking, should I change career or should I stay where I am?
Wow. Maybe you should start a YouTube channel and give financial advice.
Also, that's an option.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about those lines. So at least for the next 3 years, I think I'm okay with the status quo.
Yeah.
But after that, things need to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to say to your friends at home, your mom and dad, whoever's going to listen to?
Of course, I'd like to say hi to them and tell them that nowadays I'm serious, because back at home, everybody takes me for a joker. That now when they see me
You're a very serious person
in this channel, talking like a responsible person and focused, maybe they'll take me a little bit more seriously.
Yeah.
And I think, they should see this, that they can see I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm not just a joker.
Yes,
because they don't take me seriously. When I tell them so, they just laugh. And because I always smile a lot, nobody takes me seriously.
I wanted to say that now.
Nobody takes me seriously.
I'm serious, but you're smiling very...
So even me, I'm even surprised that you call me for this talk, because nobody takes me seriously. So I think this talk has helped at least one person has thought that I'm serious. So that's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. I would love to have you on again to discuss some of those things that I still wanted to touch on. And it was such a blast. Thank you so much for being on the channel.
Thank you so much. The pleasure was all mine.
You need to tell the people to subscribe now, and you need to tell them to smash the buttons, the like buttons and the subscribe button and all of that. So
please subscribe and smash the share, all the buttons that are down there, the like, all those ones. In fact, for me, I've already subscribed. I'm subscriber number 5.
Yeah.
So make sure that by the end of this week, we should be hitting something 100. So make sure we are meeting our goals. We work with goals. We don't just set, we work with goals. So our goal is 100. So please help us to achieve our goals. Then after that, we'll set bigger ones, because us guys, we walk by faith, not by sight.
Ah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and if there's anything else you would like us to talk about in a future video, please leave it in the comments down below. What was your favorite part? Anyways, have a wonderful day further. Take care and God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's a wrap.